Thank you for attending today's 15-minute Vivotech Technology webinar. My name is Annalise Shane, and I'm the Technical Field Trainer here at Vivotech. In today's presentation, we're going to go over the latest Linux-based NVRs, the ND9x26P and the ND9x26P. These NVRs can perform our AI-based deep searches and have the next generation NVR firmware, Core Plus AI. Core Plus AI firmware takes our older firmware Core Plus up a level. They're empowered with 5 key values: easy setup with embedded PoE management, dewarp mode in local and web clients, secure connection and reliable compliance, and centralized operation with multiple NVRs. You can create efficient and comprehensive surveillance systems and upgrade your security capabilities. These NVRs provide secure connections, have cyber protection via Trend Micro, and are all NDAA compliant. Some key features for Vivotech's ND9x26P and the ND9x26P are that they're H.265 Linux-based standalone NVRs with embedded PoE. They're equipped for up to 8 or 16 channel network cameras. The NVRs support 8 or 16 802.3 AT and AF PoE ports. Both also display the PoE power information that's going to provide for a more convenient and smarter installation. They support 4K cameras, can display up to 4 channels in 120 frames per second in 4K resolution. The 8-channel ND9x26P has a decoding capability for 8 channels at 240 frames per second in 1080p, and the 16-channel can display 16 channels at 480 frames per second in 1080p. The NVR support 2 hard drives and RAIDs 0 and 1. More VCA events are supported than their predecessor NVRs, and you can perform smart VCA event searches and recordings. View the NVR's UI with plugin free browsers, and these NVRs also support remote and mobile access via VivoCloud and iViewer apps for both your iOS and your Android handheld devices. Simplified judgment with deep search. These NVRs are capable of performing object, scene, and attribute searches. Scene search, the search that allows our users to quickly review camera footage by intrusion detection, line crossing detection, or loitering detection on the recorded video. For example, using line crossing detection, users can draw a line at the point of interest in the video footage and select the time to quickly find results of all events where someone or a vehicle crossed that line. And then attribute search, where we can narrow down our search parameters to specific factors such as gender, age group, clothing color, and also vehicle type to quickly and accurately search for people or vehicles. We can search specific attributes like a man wearing a purple shirt or find a blue truck. Users can perform this search and the attribute searches from the NVR's local display and VSS. It's not available on the web interface. Now be sure to check out the site provided at the top of this slide, www.vivotech.com/AI-driven/deep search system requirements. This is going to be able to help you to ensure that the camera you select will be able to perform the deep searches that you need. So head on over to Vivotech's webpage. We're going to click on Solutions, and then Deep Search Systems Requirements in AI Driven. Here we're going to see each type of deep search and its description, followed by all the cameras that are supported by default, or if additional licensing is necessary. Please note that your attribute search is going to require cameras that support attribute extraction. So where can you get that information? A great resource to check which video content analytics that each camera provides, you're going to go and download our camera analytic chart. You can easily find the chart by going to our website, clicking on the Products tab, hover over the network cameras, and then here you'll see the camera analytic chart link. This chart is going to show you each camera that has AI capabilities, which analytics they support, and if a license is included or a purchase is required. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the physical elements of these NVRs. The chassis dimensions are going to be approximately 1.7 inches tall, 14.5 inches wide, and 12.5 inches deep. Not much to the front view. Its simplistic design is going to provide you with network activity, system status, and power status LEDs, and one USB 3.0 port. From the rear, depending on the unit, it's going to have either 8 or 16 PoE ports, a gigabit uplink, provides you HDMI and VGA ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, audio in and out, and a digital input and output terminal block. Something very important to know is the power budget for these NVRs. The ND9x26P with the 8 PoE ports has a power budget of 120 watts split between them. The 16-channel ND9x26P has a power budget of 200 watts that's split between the two blocks. Ports 1 through 8 provide 100 watts total, and ports 9 through 16 provide 100 watts as well, for a total power budget of 200 watts. Once we have selected the NVR that we need and the cameras that include the right analytics and are within that power budget that we need, next step is to set it up. Let's start the configuration via the local console. Start off by plugging in your cameras either into the embedded PoE ports on the back of the NVR or on a switch that is on the same network as the NVR. We're going to connect our display with an HDMI or a VGA cable and also attach a mouse or a keyboard. Whenever we first power up the NVR, the wizard is going to start by requiring you to set up a password. Use any combination of alphabetic, numeric, or special characters and at least 8 characters so that we can create a password of reasonable strength. The next screen is going to request the language, time zone, and correct time. Then the system is going to start. It's going to scan the local subnet for the connected cameras. All cameras detected on the network are going to be automatically selected. If necessary, just deselect the cameras that you want to exclude from the configuration. Then click on Continue to proceed. The NVR is going to automatically change the camera streaming settings, so please do not skip the Add Camera process in the Setup Wizard. The system will automatically create the volumes for the installed disk drives. The process can take several minutes. Hard disk will be configured into single disk volumes. You can delete these volumes and then create RAID volumes in the settings storage page if needed. An optional utility, VivoCloud, is available for our Apple and Android devices, and it's available in both of their app stores. The VivoCloud works with a server that's hosted by Vivotech by bridging and tunneling video requests between client devices and network cameras, CMS, and NVRs. The utility simplifies and facilitates the network configuration and access across the internet. The prerequisites for using the VivoCloud are 1. Download and install the VivoCloud utility to your cell phone, and 2. Both your NVR and your cell phone must have access to the internet. That's it. With VivoCloud, there's no need to configure the IP port forwarding on the router or set up a DDNS address for the NVR. You don't even need to know the IP address of the NVR. The VivoCloud utility automatically manages the network parameters required for making the connection. To connect the VivoCloud, just first we're going to click on the gray cloud button to turn on the VivoCloud service. The QR code will be generated. Then just use the VivoCloud app on your phone and add the device. You'll automatically be logged into the live view once the setup wizard is complete. If you're familiar with our Vivotech Core Plus NVRs, then you'll notice that the console interface for these new AI NVRs have a similar look and feel. And similar to our legacy Core Plus NVRs, there are a few settings and searches that we can only do from the local console that's not available on our web UI. So let's go ahead and start out in settings. In camera management, we can make changes to the camera such as white balance, adjust focus, and then also create privacy masks. We can also set up smart VCA detection windows from the local console. So if your camera has smart VCA capabilities, we can create line crossing, loitering, and intrusion detection rules from the NVR. But perhaps the most interesting latest feature that is included with these AI NVRs that can be done from the local console is going to be deep search. We can perform scene searches and attribute searches for using people and vehicles utilizing multiple attributes like gender, age group, clothing color, vehicle type, and vehicle color to quickly and accurately find the person and vehicle of interest. On the monitor that's connected to your NVR, you're going to see 2 circles in the navigation menu. Click on the deep search icon to go to the deep search screen. From here, we can perform our deep searches. So we're going to click on deep search. Select only one deep search capable camera in order to perform scene search. Now we can add a rule. We're going to choose intrusion detection. Let's configure the area. Then we're going to select the date and time, and then click on search. Here you can see we found 44 results. Now, to narrow down these results, we can also do attribute searches. So let's add in anybody that walked through here with a white shirt. And now we've narrowed down our results to 4. Once we find the clip that we're looking for, we can select those clips to export. Now, just because we can't do deep searches from the NVR's web UI does not mean that we cannot perform these deep searches remotely. You can easily add these NVRs to our VAST Security Station, or VSS, and quickly perform those searches from our VMS software. First, we're going to start off in VSS. You can add ND series NVRs to VSS Standard and VSS Pro versions. So we'll go to Settings, Devices, Stations, and then add a new substation. Enter in all of the credentials, and then once it's connected, we can then easily perform the searches from VSS. All you need to do is click on this magnifying glass that's at the top right of the software, and then select Deep Search. We'll then select the camera or cameras to perform the searches on. Only cameras that have the deep search capabilities will be visible. Then just perform your search. For this search, we searched for females wearing a blue shirt and received over 200 results. All of this from cameras that are connected to our AI ND series NVRs. To wrap up our 15-minute technical webinar on VivoTech's latest Linux-based NVRs, the ND9x26P and the ND9x26P, they can perform our AI-based deep searches and have the next generation NVR firmware Core Plus AI. They're easy to set up, they provide secure connections and reliable compliance, and they can be centrally operated from our newest VMS, VAST Security Station. For more information on these products or any of our other products, please visit our website at vivotech.com or our training academy. If you're not a VivoTech channel partner already, then you may be missing out on some huge savings for your project. The partner program is designed to help our dealers and integrators to grow their business by leveraging our position in this fast-growing market. Get extended resources, services, and margins just by joining. So please sign up at partnerportal.vivotech.com. Thank you all so much for attending today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.